So it's like they're actually
LA Noire?
Yeah, like
See,
LA
LA
Noire.
Noire did it really well. I liked
Yes.
LA Noire.
Because LA Noire had like scarily. That was like the first time in a game where facial animations were like completely.
They're part
realistic.
of the gameplay.
Yeah, and like
It needed it.
that really was like playing a movie, because like every single actor was just that's what they looked like in person. They're just digitized. It's almost going full circle back to like the really shitty like early '90s games where they actually used like like Mortal Kombat, where they actually use like sprites of like real people.
Oh, you mean like that game we played with Nicolas Cage, The Ripper?
Yes, exactly.
That was
like
a great
coming
game.
full circle, but they're actually 3D now. So, do you think? Go ahead.
I'm okay with the technology and where it's going, but it's still making a statement about the blending of that Hollywood scene with the blending of games.
Do you view that as a bad blend, though?
Well, it can be. Look at the way the Hollywood scene is portrayed and how saturated it is.
So you're saying you don't like the Resident Evil movies?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
I knew it. I read between the lines and I got what you meant. All right, good.
Aren't they making a game based off the movies now, or something?
I know they're making a TV show.
Jesus
Really?
Christ.
Yeah, I'm not pleased.
That's awesome.
It's a TV show not based off the game, though, right? It's based off the movie. That's what I've heard.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah, that's
TV show based off the movie, based off the game.
that really is
Resident
like
Evil.
the game, the movie, the game, the TV show. That's like it's almost like a parody of itself at this point.
I'd watch. Not. I think I'd play it, right?
Hmm?
Which one do I do? Do I watch or play it?
Oh,
Read it.
Oh.
you read it. Going
It's a
back.
graphic novel.
The visual novel. Yeah. But it brings up the question, like, are I guess not voice actors, are video game actors going to start to rise to the same level of fame as normal actors eventually, in 10, 20 years?
Man.
I would say that voice actors are becoming more commonly known. So yeah, I can easily see that becoming a thing.
This is true.
Like, I would honestly like classify Troy Baker as an actor at this point, not just like a voice actor.
Well, voice acting is a form of acting.
Well,
or,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like
know.
on screen.
Yeah, I would as well. And hell, a lot of, well, I don't know, I don't want to say a lot, but I know some voice actors also have stage presence.
True, very true. So, how long do you think it'll take before those lines actually become like non-existent, and voice actors are at the red carpet instead? Well, not instead,
Right.
but in addition to.
Academy Award goes to David Hayter.
I guess it really just depends on how technology continues to evolve.
Well, see, that's the thing. Voice actors take solace in the fact that people don't know them. Like physically.
I don't know.
Just the voice.
Except Troy Baker, because he's hot as fuck.
Everyone knows Troy Baker at this point. Everyone knows Troy Baker, Nolan North.
He's a
Jennifer Hale, like-
household name.
That's true, I guess. But I think there's going to be more of them, like, as time goes on and as video games get closer and closer to, like, the quality of actual movies, that I think, yeah, that there's going to be more Troy Bakers and shit as time goes on.
In order for this to happen, though, there's going to have to be a wide acceptance of culture that stems from video games.
Which, I mean, I think that's beginning to grow. Like, because I think if you look at, The Last of Us, that, I don't know why they're making a movie about that. That was as good as it could get, I think. Like, I don't think there's, if you make it a movie, what are you going to do differently?
Well, that's the thing. They're not... If the two were already blended, they would have no reason to make a movie. But the point is, they're not blended. So they're going to make more money by creating it in a live-action film format so everyone else can see it. People who don't play the game.
So
So
I
you're
guess
hoping
it's
it has more reach that way.
Yes.
true. Movies are more popular than video games. That's definitely true. So do you think it's a generation gap thing? Like in 40 years when everybody knows what video games are, then it'll be on equal ground, maybe?
I would say so, yes. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon, though.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take, until this current generation kind of dies off. It's not
Right,
easy,
yeah.
But yeah, just, just because you know, a lot of them did not grow up with video games, and we all did. So it's got dark.
Right. But even then, like, have you ever noticed that video game culture is the one that, like, gets up in arms the quickest after, like, little shit is talked about it? Like, when's the last time we had, like, a movie gate happen?
That's a good
Or a
point.
music gate or anything like that? They just,
I'm-
like, you can talk shit about music and movies, and they won't, like, give that big of a shit, but you rabbing on video games, you're done for.
Well, dude, movies came out in like the 50s. Well, not the 50s, earlier than that, like 20s and shit,
Much more
right?
than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you there was something similar to that back in the day. It's just it didn't have the internet to like.
Actually, that's
expand it and
true. That is true. I remember hearing at some point there was like movies or like The Devil or something like that, or some, you know, something along those lines.
Right.
So
shit. History's repeating itself in
My
a new form of
soul.
media, bro. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
it makes me
Dude,
curious.
if we don't learn from our past, it just repeats itself.
I love Donkey Kong.
Me too.
I'm just curious. What do you think? Actually, it brings up like an interesting point. You know, movies started what, like almost 100 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And then video games are maybe what, like they started becoming mainstream like what, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
something
they're like as old as us, like almost 30.
yeah, something like that. I'm just curious. What's going to be the next? Is there a next thing?
The next medium.
Yeah, the next medium.
Possibly
Virtual-
VR,
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. VR. Yeah.
Depends
I
how
guess
hip
it's-
it gets.
augmented reality. Maybe I'd see that happening before VR.
True.
Yeah. Google Glass, I mean, is already a thing.
I feel like
Yeah,
that,
but that's tanking.
It really is.
is it?
Yeah,
heard about
they
it.
people lost interest.
Huh.
So we're not gonna have Oculus Rift porn sessions?
It's already a thing, isn't it?
Really? Shit.
Were you implying like together?
No.
Because I like you, but you know.
Like they're not gonna keep expanding on that?
I don't know how the industry of porn / Oculus Rift is going. I'm
Well,
sorry.
no,
I don't have
minus
that
the porn
source.
part. That was just
Oh.
yeah.
Well, hard to
Wow.
say. Is Oculus Rift like out in the market yet, or is it still like you have to be like a tester kind of thing?
I think it's still tester.
Yeah, and who wants to pay? How much is it to buy one of those things?
I haven't
Probably
looked into
quite
it.
a bit.
Yeah, who wants to pay that for a beta project that may not even
Become a
gain any?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah, didn't like Facebook buy it or some shit?
believe so.
Yes, they did actually.
But I know that CEO from id went over there too. And he got in a lot of trouble because id was apparently making a project where it had like something like that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
John Carmichael, I can't remember his name.
Carmack?
Carmack.
I read recently that a small handful of like app developers and things for Google Glass, I think it was, jumped ship because, well, no one was there to buy it.
No support. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think because it's just the world's not ready for it yet?
I don't think they are.
I think they're ready for it. I just don't think they care.
Well, the thing is though, most of the world are still like computer games are lame. Football is the shit. And like they're just in the old ways, man. They haven't been exposed enough to the idea of technology as much as they have to non-technology ways.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know. I
think,
kind of
like-
disagree.
In 100 years, I think they would be much more open to that.
I don't know.
I would. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, because about 90% of the people I went to high school with are all my age. They still like football more than video games. So I mean, it doesn't. It's. I don't think it's
That's
a time
because their
generation
parents, dude.
thing.
Their parents.
But then
bribe
their
them
parents are
with
gonna, or then their
footballs.
kids are gonna like football because they did.
But my parents love football and I love video games. Explain that, Dr. Craig.
Exactly.
You're an
See?
anomaly.
Then we're going
Yes.
to have anomalies that help balance out video games over footballs. There you go.
So
Bam.
you're saying I'm part of the mutant generation?
You're the Sasquatch.
You have the gene, and that's groovy. But Justice Nugget says, "I like sports ball." Thank you for that.
See?
I like blitzball.
God damn it.
Honestly,
I like
football is
Smash
good.
Ball.
The hell, smash ball.
But I don't think it's a matter of people liking, like, say, football over video games so much as I think it's a matter of people just not wanting to deal with that tech. I mean, we're in the age of smartphones and tablets and smart watches, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's really willing to wear, you know,
Goggle headsets.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
it's pretty much like, wasn't the idea of a tablet initiated like a long time ago and no one bought onto it, but then Apple suddenly did it, and then they're like, you know what, I want it now.
See, that's the thing is, I think they took a lot of existing technology already, and then they just streamlined it so it's more, more appealing, and everybody wanted it. So, I think the Oculus Rift needs to be like the pioneer that's going to fail before someone actually picks it up and makes it into something everybody's going to want.
I like what you just said. I think that's gonna happen.
True.
Might
yeah.
happen, especially
Because-
since they sold out to Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That
that
was
is
a shame.
that is the next step though. Like actually having
We need a
physical-
martyr for video games.
Yeah, once the technology's a lot cheaper and it's in everyone's hand, I think it's gonna that might be the next medium then.
Who wants to fail for the world? Please do it.
Oculus Rift is always working on it.
Good man. Good man.
They're just like really sad in the corner giving a thumbs up. We're doing it.
Good luck, future.
uh,
All right, cool.
Yeah.
what else we got?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I just opened up all my Dragon Ball Z movies because I just wanted to.
Been on Dragon Ball Z kick for like past week now.
I haven't really watched any of it. I just have the movies. All right, cool. What's what you got, Mr. Host?
Oh, I'm actually just seeing what Chad has to say right now. Time
Oh,
and
okay.
said Apple made a tablet sort of thing called the Newton in the late '80s. Didn't do
I
very
remember
well.
the Newton.
You
Didn't
remember that?
Microsoft. I remember Bill Gates proposing the idea for some sort of tablet way back when, but it didn't catch on. I think that's what it was.
Yep.
Well, weren't like PDAs kind of like tablets?
No.
Like a BlackBerry kind of thing.
Yeah, they kind of.
No one likes blackberries.
I'm saying like they seem like the primitive form of it. I had one of them when I was like 10 for no apparent reason, and
Right.
it had like apps on it and shit. Obviously, it had nowhere near the power or capabilities and stuff like that, but I think it was a basic form of it.
Right. It was like
It was,
a TI-88 calculator,
yeah.
Sort of. It was a little bit better than that. They had like
Oh,
backlights and
definitely.
shit.
and you could call people.
Oh man, I just remember in like 8th grade, I didn't even know you could do this. This kid had a T-Mobile Sidekick 1. You guys remember that phone by any chance?
Yes,
Like it's like-
sidekicks were.
Like
were
keyboard flip
good.
around. Yeah, they were awesome. It was the
Yeah.
first time I even knew this is possible. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he was just like, he was like browsing some like Yahoo something, and I was like, "You're doing that?" I was like, "You're doing that on your phone? You fucking
Right.
kidding me?" Like during class, like oh, it just blew my mind.
I love those moments where it's like, technology. Wow.
Yeah, I felt
Oh,
like
that-
a kid.
That reminds me of how I felt when consoles started to get online, like
Oh, yeah.
Dreamcast and
I had a
PS2.
Dreamcast. Yeah.
That was so fascinating.
Did you
to
guys
me.
ever do anything online on PS2? I never did.
I did.
What
I
did
did
you
I
do?
Metal
played-
Gear MGO.
I did MGO. I did Resident Evil Outbreak, both of them.
SOCOM.
SOCOM, yeah.
I just delved into the online star something.
Fantasy
Fantasy
Star Online.
Fantasy Star
Fantasy
Online,
Star
yeah.
Online. Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
know that.
that's what I did with Dreamcast. That was my shit. I love that game.
Yeah,
Wasn't,
I watched
um,
my buddy play it all the time.
Wasn't Time Splitters on Xbox or something like that?
I was
Yeah.
on Dreamcast also, I thought.
Was it? I think that's the only game that. Wait, could you play that online? I forget now.
I don't think so.
I must
Wasn't
have
that
played
a-
with my friends then.
That was like a light gun game, wasn't it?
No, that's Time Crisis.
Ah,
Time
it was-
Splitters is- Yeah, I don't recall any sort of online feature in Time Splitters 1 or 2. I have one still, I think.
Huh.
Every time I think of Time Splitters, I think of the game Psyops.
That was a great game.
What was
That was. I'll let Russ explain. It was really good though.
You were like a super soldier with psychic powers, and throughout the game, you're unlocking them through the story. And it's kind of like a neat idea where you can like shoot up a enemy soldier, then pick them up, keep shooting them, throw them at another enemy soldier, light them on fire, and they're like physics stuff like that. This is on like PS2 and Xbox,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
it looks hella dated. Like when they're talking, it's that whole like they're just moving, but their faces aren't moving or
Their
changing.
heads are
and-
bobbing up and down, kind of thing. Yeah,
Well, just slightly.
I
yeah,
remember
it's-
that.
Yeah, it's in that age, but the game itself, I don't know. It needs a revamp. That's for sure.
It was pretty much physics sandbox the game with like torture.
Huh.
It was
Right.
so good.
I think you could even like jump on a box and then mind control the box
Good.
and float around.
You
yeah,
could. I remember
that's
doing that.
part of getting around the game.
Ah, God, dude. I want to play that again, even though I know it's dated.
Yeah, no, you should
Fuck. Such a good game.
get the nostalgic flowing for like 5 minutes, and you're like, this is garbage.
Alright, later, nerds.
That was actually a topic. Somebody, I forget who it was. Somebody brought it up yesterday. Something to talk about. It was like, what was your favorite game as a kid, and if you were to go back to play it today, would it still be as fun, or is it now like have the mechanics become so dated that it's not even enjoyable?
I've had the itch to play Earthbound lately, which I probably will eventually, but I don't know. I like that mechanic in its RPG style where it has the rolling XP. So if you take like you have like you know about it, it's like where you have like over 100 hit points or something, you take 99 damage. But if you kill the enemy in time, it'll stop. So you could only take 50% damage. So you it's kind of like a bleed out mechanic while you're playing it.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
sweet.
played that game like several times and had no idea.
Yeah.
Good.
So the faster you in the combat, the faster you can save yourself. You can even stop people from dying that way.
Cool. Shit.
I remember something I played like every single day when I was probably like, God, when did that come out? It's like 13 years ago, so I guess it was like 11, 12, something like that. When Baldur's Gate first came out, I love this shit out of that game. I played it so much. Made every type of class, played the game. I must have beat the game 10 times.
That
And
explains why you keep playing old school CRPGs.
yeah, I just have the itch for him. But I tried to go back to Baldur's Gate, and I was like, ugh. It's just
Even like
so
the enhanced edition.
Even the enhanced edition, because it's it's using the really old D&D. It's like D&D version 2 or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, it's just so gross and dated.
It's so slow.
I couldn't play it for literally more than 20 minutes.
Level 1, you're gonna whiff like every 5 times.
Yeah, you miss so many times. Ugh. And it's still
Morrowind's like that.
I've never played Morrowind, and I've heard amazing things, but I feel like that's the good example of something that was amazing at the time, but it's kind of like super dated now. It would
Yeah,
not
I
be
don't-
that fun to play anymore.
I
I'm
got.
just,
Oh, sorry. What?
I'm just waiting for someone like I guess it's Skywind. I'm waiting for them to
Oh,
finish that
yeah.
if that ever fucking happens.
The one amazing thing I heard about Morrowind is you can make your own spells and just like leap across the entire world or something like that. That just sounds
much, yeah.
hilarious to me.
Yeah.
It's like 19 load screens though.
Right. You could also like take once you learn like fire, ice, and electricity, you can make like a Kamehameha beam kind of thing happen.
God.
I got 3 games that I don't think aged well if I went back to play them.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Jam
be.
Sam.
That one was amazing. Always will be. But the first one was WWF No Mercy for the N64.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that,
I think
that
I can
game.
have a lot of fun with it. So
I don't know, man. I've seen some videos of it recently. It's pretty archaic looking these days.
maybe I'm thinking, was that the one where it was a black cartridge, or
Yep.
am I thinking? Oh,
That was it.
I don't know. You can like make your own character and put their own movesets and all that. That was really neat for that. It was like WCW versus NWO, except for with more character creation.
It was so fucking good. But I think I want to just keep it as good in my head. I don't want to ruin it.
Good call.
You know, it's kind of like watching that
Yeah.
old movie you had liked as a kid. Don't do that. And another one would be Diablo 2.
I was thinking that, yeah.
I don't
I
know.
could probably still play it, though.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's very dated, but I still have fun playing the game.
I tried to play it with my old buddy of mine before Diablo 3 came out,
Mm-hmm.
and we just couldn't get past just how
Didn't even get to the Den of Evil.
yeah. It just looked so archaic. I don't know. I couldn't do it, man.
Did you
I
ever
love
play Median, the fucking psycho mod for it? Median XL or whatever it's called.
I never played
Oh
it.
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, it
God.
overhauls a lot of shit.
It was actually really fun, but there's just so many things on the screen at once. It just like crashes the game. It's pretty fun, but it's it's really dumb.
And
Fun.
the last one was Baldur's Gate 2 Dark Alliance.
You always mention that game.
I don't know why, but
That was for
it's just
PS2,
like-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played
It's
that
got
game.
this special place in my heart, and I don't know why.
Isn't that more like probably because it was like a Gauntlet, wasn't it?
It was like Gauntlet with Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it
and lots
wasn't
of
it wasn't a
textures.
Baldur's Gate game like at all, except
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
world.
definitely like a spin-off kind
Yeah.
of thing.
It was fun though.
It was definitely fun.
It was not a bad game at all. Do you guys
It's
remember the
just-
game
I
The
think I
Summoner?
look-
I have not.
I think so. I think
That was
I
like
do,
the
actually.
first like PS2 game, or one of the first ones I ever played. I don't remember anything about it.
Was that the one with the weird box art? No, I'm thinking of something else.
The whole game was kind of weird, but I think I remember it was really fun.
Nope, never heard it.
Hmm.
You're making it up. Not even really, even though
What
I just
about,
said 8.3 on it.
God, what was that one Square game?
The
Like-
bouncer.
The Bouncer. That's exactly what I was thinking of. That's
was
amazing. That game was amazing. I don't remember anything about it except the intro, which is like the Bouncer, and then that's like the main menu. That's all I remember.
I remember when I saw Metal Gear Solid 5, like, the first time, it made me think of the bouncer, because the little horn coming out of his head.
How about Fighting Force? You guys remember that shit?
I remember it. I remember the name, but I don't remember anything about it.
It was like this beat here. If you see,
Wasn't
the,
it like Power Stone?
No. It was like
Hmm.
a beat 'em up game with like this. One of the cops is like a huge like bodybuilder that's like the Hulk, and then you like throw cars at them and stuff like that.
Huh.
It was fucking insane.
So what Superman 64 should have been.
Oh
Yes.
God.
Yes, absolutely.
Just like, have we all actually played that game, by the way?
I've
Superman
never
64?
played
Yeah.
it, no.
You haven't? Really?
No. I watched The Angry Video Game Nerd, so I live vicariously through him.
I Blockbuster rented it because I just
Me too.
wanted-
Me too.
Yep.
Ugh.
It
What
was
a
really
wasted
gross.
weekend.
It was just flying through rings. The game. That's all it
Yeah, wasn't great.
was.
What really disappointed me when I rented a game was I played Mega Man X, Mega Man X2, and then I ran Mega Man 7, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
I never
Well,
played.
dude,
What was it
it's
even
7,
for?
Not X.
I know.
What system was that for?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just that it went back to its Mega Man roots, and I was more of an X kid. And then eventually, as I grew up, I went back and played old Mega Man. It was pretty good, but Mega Man 7 just still has a bad taste in my mouth.
Hmm.
Because you wanted X, but you got Mega Man.
Exactly. No slides, no nothing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
couldn't like do wall slides and shit? And, like,
Nope.
oh, that's gross.
It's old Mega Man.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The only Mega Man game, like OG Mega Man, I played a lot was I think Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy.
No clue.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I can't confirm this for you.
That's true. You cannot.
I'll try though.
Okay,
I-
thank you.
The Cookie Echo the Dolphin gives me nightmares.
Oh God, that game was fucking scary.
Fucking
I don't know. I don't
water.
remember why it was scary.
You'd be just chilling, being a dolphin, making a little and then just out of nowhere you get eaten.
No,
Look
And
at
let-
it. It was the original Mega Man on the Game Boy. That thing was awesome.
Have Cut Man and Guts Man.
Yeah, dude. I
Did you
remember.
do
I
Little
remember.
voices from the anime in your head.
I did not actually. I just played a lot of it because I like video games.
Me too.
But
Man.
I remember I traded it with one of my classmates for his Japanese copy of like Double Dragon or something, and my
Jimmy and
mom
Bimmy.
heard and she was furious, and I had to trade it back, and then I realized, wait a second, I couldn't even play that game, so it worked out in the end
Why couldn't you play it?
because I don't know fucking words.
Oh,
I can't play Double Dragon without knowing what they're saying. It's important.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Need the tutorial text
Exactly.
of how to play Double Dragon.
What does A do? I don't know.
Punch is right,
Okay, what about B?
punch is left.
Ah, got it. Alright, I'm down.
Push both, you jump.
Holy shit. Wait, is that dive kick? No, that's all. No.
No, it's Double Dragon.
Okay. Alright, we went off on a tangent here.
It's alright. That's what the podcast is for.
Oh, yeah, tangent
That's true.
cast.
Good point.
And
I wanted
if you
to,
play Starseed, go ahead.
No. I was gonna change topics, but what are you gonna say?
Star Siege Tribes.
I've only played just Tribes.
What
Well,
game was
which
it?
one? Star Siege Tribes,
I've never
also
played it.
known as Tribes, like Tribes of Sin, Tribes
Oh.
1,
Like-
Tribes 2.
Oh wait,
Like
it was,
Shadow
wasn't it?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I played the first one. I don't remember. I just remember it was called Tribes. I don't remember
I was
that
really
that-
bad at it.
pre-title. Because the movement was really weird.
It
don't
was. I played that game for upwards of 10 years.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Isn't that a game where it like kind of like promotes surfing and stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I
Skiing.
said the movement was very strange.
Yeah, it is.
I guess skiing makes more sense than surfing because, you know, you're on the land.
Mm-hmm.
True.
There's no snow.
Yeah, no snow.
You can surf on land.
That's true. You can.
That game had voice chat, didn't it?
No.
It didn't?
No, it had like voice macros and voice packs for this.
I just remember a really long time ago, I was at my next door neighbor's house, and he was playing Tribes, and like somehow we got wind that this person on our team was a girl. We were like, oh my god, it's a girl. And then
Girl.
then my mom was like, oh, you need to come home. And I was like, no, we can't leave her. And then like, I don't remember how we knew it was a girl. I thought there was voice chat, but I guess not. I guess he just
It
said
might
she
have-
was a girl.
Just the voice pack of a girl. Yeah, I'll cover you. Don't
We
worry.
were kids.
Yeah, I
The
understand.
PS2 version, I think Tribes Aerial Assault might have had voice chat. That was on mine.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
And can I just say before we move on
What's up?
from topics, Star Force Gemini would
mean-
not
I enjoyed
age
that
well
game.
at all.
Jet Force Gemini.
Jet Force Gemini was that?
I
it?
remember that.
Yeah.
I never played it, but I heard of it.
No, it definitely. Well, I played it not too long ago. It's still fun as hell.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always wanted to
Yeah.
be the second player and be a little robot that helps you shoot stuff.
No, you're not allowed.
Robot. Oh, you mean the dog?
Yeah, there. Is it a dog? Because I remember I
Yeah,
thought there was like
Lupus.
a little. Yeah, well, I remember Lupus, but there's also if you played co-op, there was like this little robot that would follow over the shoulder of the whoever's player one.
Oh, yeah.
And-
I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, and it was kind of co-op that way, which I thought was really cool, but I had no one to play with.
Oh yeah, I never had friends for it either.
Yeah.
All I remember are those giant fucking ants, and those weird like Wookiee little things or whatever the fuck they're called. Like, you know, those
Wampus?
like white, whatever they're called. They're like little like furry white creatures.
I'm thinking of Wampus from Star Wars.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
God, fuck those things. It
I
scare the
just
hell
put
out
it
of me.
in TeamSpeak if you want to know. I put it in
Oh,
here too
man.
so people know what I'm talking about.
Oh, furry tribal. Oh, these guys.
Yeah, remember those fuckers?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
they're
just
so
remember
cute.
accidentally
Game
shooting
too.
them or something. I think at one point.
Yeah.
It's like save them, and then I accidentally shoot them. I'm like, oh no,
I'm a man.
I'm a man. I accidentally murder things.
Yeah. I think that was one of the games that you need the expansion pack to like play
You
the full
did.
game.
Yeah, that red
Yeah.
thing.
I
You
rented
needed
it,
that
so
for
I-
Majora's Mask also.
I remember that
Mhm.
shit. Yeah. That's what it was
And
like,
Donkey
damn.
Kong 64.
This is gonna be a
and
good
whole
looking
bunch.
game.
I don't even know what it did.
I think it was more RAM, wasn't it? It was
Yeah, like
more
8
VRAM or
megabytes of
something.
whole RAM or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
It's so much RAM.
Back then, man, that was like a whole nother.
The whole level.
God, yeah, like those 8 MB PS2
Memory cards
or
and
whatever.
shit. Yeah.
God.
Well, that's not even that. I mean, like saves are not that big. Like the actual file types, they're still very small. So
Like KBs.
yeah, it was weird. Like because when I used to make Flash games, I had to learn how to actually make like a save system. The only thing that happens is when you save the game is it just literally saves every single variable in the entire game to like just
Right.
a text file, and then when you hit load, it just loads all those variables back in. That's all it does.
Yeah,
But
then why are some saves like 3 megabytes? and
because
shit?
there's hundreds of thousands of fucking variables and higher